I want to ask a question before you vote. If you
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I know once you make the motion, you're going to advertise this and vote on it.
Yeah.
I heard you mention over there when you talked about the commissioner's budget, the commissioner's budget, and if I'm correct, it's about $100,000 higher than last year, round numbers, somewhere around that. Is that correct? Somewhere around that?
That sounds about
okay. And then you said something about raises for commissioners.
2 post commissioners.
Okay, and then I read an article that Lonnie wrote, and he talked about raises for a post commissioner. Have you already done like a home rule change? Have you done that by home rule to the charter, or
no,
what was your plan?
At this point, Brian, the changes that they would have occurred by home rule would have had to have occurred before the qualifying date. And since we're post the qualifying date, it will have to be done by local legislation and introduction of a local legislative bill and adoption by the
So you haven't done it by home rule?
No.
If you would have done it by home rule, you would have advertised it to the public that you were going to change the charter.
And it will still be, it still will be advertised. It's just a different body's going to advertise it.
Exactly. Exactly.
It will be advertised in the Times Courier.
Wait. Okay. But you haven't done home rule, and it hasn't been advertised, and it's in the budget. And when you do this, you're going to approve a budget to advertise to vote on. Correct? That's just. All right. So what's is? I don't think
it. It is in the budget.
It is in the budget. It is in the budget. You're anticipating that Mr. Roston takes legislation down there, and when they open the House, that Mr. Roston will get a piece of legislation signed, which I see that I read those all the time. But me, I'm a little different. I'm a low percentage that read those, okay, sadly. But so he's going to get that, and then you're going to be able to change that and use the money you have allocated. The point is Mr. Miller, about how much monthly is your salary, may I ask? Well, you get a check of $800, $750.
You have to tell you, I'll be honest.
800 a month?
I don't see a check. I don't pay.
About 800. What will it go to? What will it go to once the legislation? What do you set it for it to go to?
About twice, yeah.
What? 1,600. Okay. So we're going to go 1,600. So that's 800. 800 times 12, right?
Times 2.
Times 2, right? Somebody give me that number real quick. I'm not good with math.
10-4, I believe.
10,400 a year.
Just off the top of my head.
All right. 10,4.
Doesn't sound like.
But, well, that's what it is. That's what it is currently.
Currently, so it would be another 10-4. You do 10-4 now, you're going to double. So it's going to be an additional 10-4 that you're not spending now, right? Correct? I'm not holding anybody to any hard numbers, so relax.
Roughly.
All right, roughly. Okay, so it'll be about an increase of 10-4. Let me ask you a question. Did you pay a qualifying fee for double the pay, or did you pay a qualifying fee for the office you're about to take place for the pay that it is currently at? You don't have to answer. You paid a qualifying fee for the amount now, correct?
I believe so.
That's right. Okay.
The qualifying fee.
Okay. So this would retroactively, because she will swear in. She will swear in, and when she swears in, she's legally getting 10-4 a year plus benefits. She paid a qualifying fee to get 10-4 a year. Did you know the amount you would be getting a month when you qualified?
I knew about what it was going to be.
Okay, so you made the decision to run for office based on an amount. Mr. Miller, you're in your 5th, not based on an amount, but with the amount.
Really the point.
No, that's not, no, just, I didn't mean it that way. Mr. Miller, you're in your 5th year at this amount. You have a term, you did 3 years.
2 years since I'm.
You're 2 years, but you're in your 2nd term.
Right.
So you served in 2 years, you served a year and a half the first one, so what, 4 years roughly?
Okay.
So you've got this amount. When that gets passed, he will start getting it, correct?
Yes.
And she will get it, correct?
Only when it's signed in by the
Right, when it's signed in, right?
Not on January 1, but when it's signed by the government.
That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Period. Period. I mean, I got 10-4 out of 4 years. There's close to 60 for half your sign. You sign up to run. All due respect, I'm not going to question what you think it's worth. I'm not going to question where you work hard. okay? I'm not gonna question that, I just know 840 hours a week, if you're putting 80 hours a week in this, that's $800, you might not think it's a good paycheck in Gilmer County. So if you're getting 80 hours a week in this, or $800 a week, if you're spending 2 full weeks on this, the point being is, if it would have been advertised, at not 10,400, which is both of you, but if it had been advertised at that amount, how do we know in the citizens of the county that more people would not have qualified to run for the office? How do we know? How do we know that people don't run? Because to get a raise before you start qualifying at one number.
I hear everything you say. Let me interject one thing. She didn't bring it up, he didn't bring it up, he didn't bring it up. I brought it up as a leaving commissioner.
Lonnie told me that. Lonnie told me that. I understand that. But the point is, it's
So
wrong.
fuss at me.
No, I'm not fussing. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer, and I heard, I'm not, hey, Stacy's my friend, but I heard you say, well, you know, I want a real budget, so Stacy's got another $5,000 for ammo. Okay? Serious, all right? So the point is that is wrong. Did the two of you talk about this, and was she aware that you were going to do this before?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to tell this commission here, this is wrong. It's not wrong if you want to raise the pay, because Mr. Chairman, you're getting a raise too out of this, correct?
Not at this point.
No, but it's in the budget. If he signs it, there's money in there for a raise for the chairman?
The only raise that's in the budget for me at this point is the longevity for going into a second term.
It's not in the budget.
It's not a what?
It's not in the budget a raise for the chairman.
What's in there for me at this point is you get 2.5%
Right.
into it for having completed.
So what's going to go down to legislation for Mr. Roston to present for a vote? You're not in that? It's just post?
At this point in time, there's been no draft of no resolution whatsoever as to this. This has just been simply.
This is wrong to the taxpayers of Gilmer County. Okay? And the two of them, and Mr. Miller knows me well enough within county government. I do not see Mr. Miller. I do not even see you. I see two posts that the county has, and the county spends your tax money. And I see two posts. So this is not partial. It's got nothing to do with either one of you. If you want to send that down to David Roston, the Speaker of the House, and you want to change the pay for the post, first of all, I think you do it home rule, okay? Because I don't know, you would know, but I don't think the legislation has to be advertised in the legal organ. I think it's listed, and I think once it's listed, it's considered public, and it would be up to the citizens of Gilmer County to know that there's a piece of legislation down there. That's my thought. Okay, so if you want to raise their pay, do a home rule, not theirs. Do a home rule, raise the pay, and the next person that runs, let them come over and pay the qualifying fee for the pay that they're going to receive. Let them pay that qualifying fee. Let them run based on that. Let's see the candidates, and when they win, whoever that may be, get the new pay. I'm very adamant that if two of these post commissioners get a pay raise based on a piece of legislation in Atlanta, after either one of them paid a qualifying fee for the money, and that's how qualifying fees are set, based on the pay. So very adamant that that's wrong. Okay, that's my point. And I don't take this wrong. I know how I sound, and I apologize for how I sound. Good Lord made me this way, but everybody in the county is going to know I feel it's wrong. Just saying. Now, I have one more question, kindly, if you'll give me a minute. Because I hear the money, and I hear the money, and I haven't come. It's like, yo, come on. I don't come to bother you, so give me one more minute. I bothered you in 4 years.
2 or 3 more.
No, I need a minute and a half. Let me ask you a question. So in 2018, am I to understand the number? I don't understand these numbers quite like you guys do. They're real big. 2018, it's $19,379,881, correct? Is that the basic operating budget of the county, right? Is that what I'm looking at on this bill? Right? Is that it?
Yes.
Am I looking that you want to advertise $21,086,621? Is that right? Okay, that's $1,706,740 increase, right, to the budget? Am I right, just for argument's sake, 1 mil property tax, 1 mil is $1 million to the taxpayer? Is that correct? Around $1 million? A half a mil is around 500? That's $1.5 million a year and $1.5 million on my property tax and the rest of the citizens of Gilmer County that go to pay the debt, but you're increasing a budget that you were able to operate last year. Now, I'm not arguing. I don't know. She may need every dime. Clerk of courts may need every dime. Not arguing. But are you telling me, I just want to ask you gentlemen nicely, before you went up $1,706,000 because you could take the $1.5 million off my property tax, and it would still leave you $206,740. Did either of you at any time say during the whole process, hey, can we go up 1 point what and take the $0.5 million off of Brian and whoever else has got the nerve to stand up my tax? Was that ever discussed of possibly taking the $0.5 million off? I wasn't here. Did you say yes?
No, $0.5 million is capital. Yeah.
I understand, Mr. Chairman.
This is the reason, Travis, you alluded to when we were talking about the budget, and pushing those funds over from the contingency from last year. You've artificially increased your budget, and really, in true,
That's my point right there.
true balance statement, if you look at it from the true perspective, it should still remain over on the balance sheet. And I was going to talk to y'all after the meeting individually about it, but you know, you've got a continuing disclosure that's required under your bonds, and you always want to build that balance sheet up so that potentially at some point in time your credit rating will even increase. So I would park the money over there, because then, and I'll just use the courthouse. You've got $250,000 in the budget that's been carried over from 2018, and it makes it look artificially higher than what it does, which gives him ammunition to suggest that y'all are just getting careless and reckless, which is not the case in here. You've got the $250,000, which you're saving, which is commendable to be perfectly candid with you. You're budgeting an additional $100,000 this year, and that line item should really just show a budget of $100,000 in capital, with $45,000 of it to be spent on the firewall and the carpet, and $55,000 to be set aside for the contingency fund. And that way, it's a
realistic number.
It's a better snapshot. So that would be my suggestion. So, and that would probably, if by the time you move all those back, would result in possibly a $400,000 to $500,000 decrease, maybe potentially, because you're carrying over about that much. And see, that's going to bring it back down to a more realistic number and a more realistic budget, which, you know, we all know you can't. It's very difficult to incorporate last year's budget into the future budget. So,
I want to make sure, because I don't think you said this, but I want to make sure, because I'm the one making the comment. In 4 years, my organization or me personally has not come here and made an accusation of any of the three being careless or reckless. And I know you didn't say I said that today, but no. I know. But when you said ammunition, you know, like Stacy back here, ammunition, okay? But no, but you understand. I want to make sure I'm not denying they need it. I'm not denying the other people need it in the courthouse. I'm not denying that. I don't know. I haven't been here. Lonnie does an outstanding job writing. He puts videos up and he handles that, and I pass it off. So I'm not passing judgment. I'm just thinking when I listen, I'm wondering if anybody said, hey, you know what? Instead of going up $1.7 million, why don't we just go up $1.206740 and give the citizen a $0.5 million back? If it just come into discussion, I would feel better. If somebody even said that, because I will say this: when I listen to everybody and the cares you have for all the departments, and I do too, these are my friends, okay? The cares you have for all the departments, and the cares you have for Stacy, and the cares you have for that, I just would like to hear, not that you don't care about us, but hey, did you offer that kind of care when you were doing the budget and say, you know, is there a way we could do the numbers this year and give the citizens their $0.5 million? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.